I'm Doug Doyle with the art of the story. Musician Lonnie Liston Smith is out with his first recording project in 25 years. It's called Jazz is Dead 17, and it's the brainchild of Ali Shaheed Muhammad and Adrian Young, who convinced Lonnie to create some new music with a number of young musicians who were embracing the contemporary jazz of the 70s and 80s. Lonnie recently spoke with his good friend and WBGO's Favorite Things host, Pat Prescott.
We were in California for the first time recording. And so I got the studio, and all before that was only I only played the grand piano. So, I don't have to set up the grand piano. I saw the Fender Rhodes sitting in the corner, and I asked the studio, the engineer in the studio, I said, "What is that?" He said, "That's a Fender Rhodes." I walked over and the magic just started happening and composed Astral Traveling right there in the studio.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, you found a new sound. You created something that was so unique and so different. And here we are, we look 25 years since your last record was made and you are back. And I just can't imagine what it must feel like for you to have what you're doing still be so relevant to so many people at this point.
I did this right before the pandemic hit. I was in California 2020, February. And so I wasn't familiar with Jazz is Dead record label, but I know that they had already recorded Gene Kahn and Gary Bartz. And so when I got there, I was introduced to Adrian and Ali. But it was amazing because when I got to the studio was just like the studios we had in the 70s. But what they do is when the artists leave town, they listen to it and they start adding all these different things, vocals and different sounds. And they released it, I think, in April of this year, 2023. And I've been doing interviews, all over the world. People are all excited. So I said, okay, well.
I was wondering, Lonnie, why do you think that these young guys have such old school sensibilities? Do they talk to you about that much?
Well, yeah, because they said they really respect, what we did. And Pat, even now when you go to Europe and Japan and all over America, all the young kids are really fascinated with what happened in the 70s. They said that was one of the most creative periods so far as the arts and music, in America. And when I went out there, I recorded and they put a concert together. All these young kids showed up. It was sold out and they were really happy. And so for some reason, the younger generation right now worldwide is really consumed by the 70s.
You can hear Lonnie Liston Smith's interview with Pat Prescott at WBGO.org. I'm Doug Doyle, WBGO News.